What's up, everyone? It's your boy, the real Papa Smurf, and we are going to play a new game today. We're going to play some Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. And it is loading up right now as we speak. Hopefully it'll just come up on the right monitor this time. Well, it's thinking about it. And it did not come up on the right monitor this time. Start with adventure. Focus on the journey. Recommended for players who want to enjoy the story and exploration, not the constant pressure of the fight for survival. Let's see here. Get a couple of settings going here. Alright, let's just do start game right here. You are the captain of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your ship and crew, plot a course through procedurally generated star systems. Your unique ship build and the decisions you make will reshape the story. And we are caching shaders right now. We're at 60%. And we are climbing fast.
So, a few days back, this Captain Janeway breezes into my cozy penal colony like she owns the place. She's stern and smells like coffee and regulations. And the kicker? She's served with my old man on the Albatani. Turns out her security chief, Tuvok, was playing spy on a Maquis ship that vanished in the Badlands. Now Janeway needs that missing ship found. And because of my past associations, I'm apparently the resident expert on the Badlands. I find the missing Maquis. She puts in a good word for me at my next parole review. Simple. Still, the view is infinitely better than a holding cell. It's not every day you get a front row seat on a brand new Intrepid-class starship's maiden voyage.
And get to pilot it.
The USS Voyager. Might even get to touch the helm.
Oh, yes. Gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the Academy. Ready for your first deep space assignment? Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honor to be here. I hope I live up to your expectation. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former Maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Maquis vessel. With all due respect, ma'am, Observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in this sector. Call me Pilot Extraordinaire, Ensign. The Maquis, wow. I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax. I was with the Maquis only for a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. A penal colony? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us to the Badlands. Maximum warp. Into the Badlands. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? It wasn't exactly Maquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent Tetrion beam scanning us and a displacement wave heading towards us. Incoming! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyze, the threat emergency measures are initiated. We all know what this means. Red alert! Helm evasive maneuvers. Too late. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor. Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to gray mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Alright, so here we go. It says, click on the question mark icon 1 on the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. On controller, press D-pad 2 times. Oh, it does work with the controller. Looky there. Activate the stellar cartography in the lower part of the ship. To activate it, open its menu by selecting the room and switching on the power supply. Alright, stellar cartography. And we're going to switch on. Captain, sensors are picking up something out there, but what Harry is trying to stammer is, we're not in the Badlands anymore. If any of you guys have watched Voyager, you know that's the Caretaker's array. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Captain, life support systems are failing. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Alright, so we scan points of interest, marked with white question marks to reveal resources. Scan until you reveal deuterium, the fuel resource. Scan. So does that mean they have deuterium? Oh, that's duranium. Alright, let's scan this one. Let's grab the deuterium then. Oh, did I... What the... Did that right? Navigate your ship by traveling to various locations. While traveling, time passes in the form of cycles. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. The different colors of the chance bar, 1, here, represent the possible outcomes. Dark green and light green, excellent and good outcomes. Higher rewards such as extra resources, morale increase, etc. Yellow is average outcomes, can include minor setbacks. And orange and red, bad and terrible outcomes, lead to low rewards and medium to major setbacks like destroyed rooms, hull damage, and severe injuries. We are here. Scan. Okay. But nothing to reveal. Okay, some deuterium there. Deuterium there. Uranium. And deuterium. I think we're going to go over here. Let's see. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down, but structurally sound, with sealed storage compartments. We can leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging other parts from the ship. Or leave from now. Let's do that. Okay. Got some deuterium. Captain, we can now deactivate gray mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. Alright, the warp core is the reactor that powers the ship to generate energy and continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. So, more energy, but deuterium is required. Increasing the power output by selecting main engineering and switching the warp core to a higher tier. Okay. For main engineering, we are in gray mode, so I guess we switch to... Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Good. Now, what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a Maquis vessel next to it. Scan for life signs. There's no one on board, Captain. Let's scan the array. What about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We'll just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Mr. Paris, get us to a duranium deposit. We'll need to repair the transporter room. Alright, so we keep track of your resources in your main HUD. Deuterium, your fuel. Uranium and tritanium, essential for construction and repair. Okay, and then crew is needed to operate key systems and room. So, let's main menu for just a second. Adjust. There we go. Continue the game. Alright, let's go find that duranium. Which, that was deuterium there. Nothing to reveal there. Deuterium there. Okay. There's the ship. That's 4 cycles away. I wonder what a cycle actually means here. Let's set a course. 3. Okay. Leave the storage alone and focus on the ship. Let's do that. Lost due full storage. Let's look at the ship. Where is... Shuttle bay, the transporter room. Takes 14. We don't have any. Where is our... I saw ruined room. Okay. Well, there is duranium there. Head there. Okay. I think we got enough. We now have all the duranium we need. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter, Captain. Alright, damaged rooms are not operational. Select a room to bring up the room controls. If you have the resources and work teams needed, you can initiate repair. I see. So, this tells you what we need. I click on the room. I need one person, which we have. Or is that, no, one work team. We have one work team. It's going to take us 14 uranium. And that's it. And 0. Repair it. Transporters are back online, Captain. Mr. Paris, set course for the array. It's time we got some answer. We're going to run out of deuterium again, though. We're out now. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Alright, away missions present a series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select heroes with the matching skill for your away team. Alright. Well, we know we want Tom Paris. Wonder what the symbols actually mean. I don't know that it does a great job at telling us. I guess it's just different challenges, so we need to try to get somebody with everything? Maybe? Okay, that gives us everything. Alright. Tutorial, away mission. Decide on an approach. And select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. Okay. Captain, we seem to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Oh, see, they're required, but barely. Let's see. I say we scan for signs of life. Strange energy. Alright, we got success. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Fatigue. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Okay. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? I'm gonna go with argue with facts that this can't be a farm on Earth, and you want to know what's going on. Oh no, that's Harry Kemp. Try to read his body language for clues. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man, trying to analyze his body language. Something feels off, like he is putting on an act, but they can't quite put a finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it is not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn on cobs. And we got +5. Guess that's science, maybe? Let's see. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. If the accumulated skill value is equal or higher than the required number, you have a chance for a critical success. Golden part of the chance bar. Us? The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Maquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. Tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Let's see. I can't do both. Oh, I could do both here. That's where it's done. Let's try to find a way to break the illusion of the wall. Harry and Tom try to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they could break the illusion, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion, the back wall dissolving to show a bluish, glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half-Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Looks like that is that deuterium? Just realized I didn't have my light on. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. Okay. These people must be the missing Maquis. They are being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. I see that. But who do we wake up? Milana or Chakotay? I'd say we would wake up Chakotay. Tom rushes towards a tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him, a look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room and everything goes blank. Got some, I think that's uranium. Mission is complete. Got some XP. Captain Janeway, sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Captain. What happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? But we were only over there for only an hour, right, Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. Then he's still on the array, but why were you released and not... The Maquis are hailing us, Captain. Putting them on screen. I am Commander Chakotay of the Maquis. My chief engineer, Balana Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem, and it would make sense if we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Face to face. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and the Maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Captain, this is Tuvok. Oh, I know who he is. Glad to have you back, Tuvok. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us into Starfleet's waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you, I perform my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you, too. Forming a Maquis Traders Club, Captain. You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Captain, the ship status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforce. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Alright, life support. To be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit of the corresponding deck. Each life support unit consumes energy, so plan accordingly. Alright, so this is Deck 5 here. We're going to switch on power, which is going to use more deuterium. And this was duranium, yes. Lithium science points. That's what that was. Science. Bioneural gel packs. Hell yeah. Alright. Life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Engineering office. It takes 1 work crew, which we have. 2... what is that? Turns? Assuming that's going to be 2 cycles. And 8 duranium. Yeah, that's the symbol for cycles, so we're going to repair them. Repair in progress. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and duranium. Okay, well. That's, max capacity is 100. What do we have here? Debris field. Have some deuterium there. Our storage. Good with that. Nothing new there. Deuterium. Well, let's go here and grab some more duranium. Life support active. Provides up to +1 work team. Work teams are required to perform repairs, construction, and hull repair on board Voyager. Poses support to automatically finish all actions, activate all activatable rooms, and collect all resources from removed rooms in a ship to manage manually. Okay. Engineering office fully operational, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Thank you, Mr. Vulcan. Building or repairing rooms, even cleaning debris, occupies work teams. To be able to carry out several tasks at the same time, obtain additional teams by building or upgrading engineering offices. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. The morale bar shows your current morale, the change to morale per cycle, and icons indicating your crew's needs. Okay. Open the overview screen and switch to morale to get detailed info about your crew's needs. Your decision and ship management, food, crew quarters, and events affect crew morale. If morale falls to 0, the crew mutinies and the game is over. Yikes. Yeah. It goes down 70 per cycle. There's quarterless and emergency rations is what we're on. Morale indicates the mood and attitude of the crew of Voyager and influences the work efficiency. If morale falls to 0 for too long, the game is over. How do you get to the morale over? Okay, well, we're going to activate life support on this deck. Let's see. Go switch on. 6 more energy. Life support restored on deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Go ahead and repair this. 1 work team, 6 duranium, 3 cycles. Repair in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodations. The ruined room must be cleared to create room for residential section. Clear debris. The ship is heavily damaged and many parts are destroyed beyond repair. To free up new building space, you will first have to remove the remnants of the old. Select the room and give the order to clear the debris. Removing debris takes time cycles to pass the time travel on the map. Okay. That is a ruined room. Oh, and it's on deck 5 here. You could use a work team to clear it up for more building space and gain a few resources. Okay, clear debris. 16 duranium. I see duranium's going to be big, so we need to go get some more. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. Well, isn't that logical? Ethereum. Ooh, we could try to use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection. We'll just collect any easy resources there because we are now full. Let's see. We got a shipwreck here. 3 cycles. Some deuterium. Let's head down here. Mess hall, life support active. It provides a crew with a place where they can gather for meals and to relax away from their duty station. Oh, it costs 2, and does that mean we can increase to? Mess hall repairs are completed, Captain. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. With every energy cycle, your crew consumes rations. You can always use emergency rations, which don't require resources but lower morale. Crews used to consume premium rations made by the replicator. Those increase morale but consume deuterium. So, yeah, let's increase morale. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. I want to look at... Ooh, do we add a work team? Team 1 is currently unassigned, assigned to hull repair. our hull at right now? Do we see that up there anywhere? Like, how do we even know? Borg nanites. The displayed number of cycles indicates how many cycles it takes until deuterium is depleted and the energy system switches to gray mode for the batteries. Okay. Energy. Energy is provided by the warp core and is used to operate every room inside Voyager. Each warp core tier provides a different amount of energy. Okay, batteries. We'll eventually need batteries, I'm sure. Oh, they're actually already working to repair. Let's check on our ruined room. Back to the bridge. Go to the system. Alright. That's dismantled. Let's see. Collect any easily accessible resource. We're going to actually leave for now. Ruined room removal concluded. Good God, Tuvok. Say that 3 times real fast, Mr. Vulcan. Great. Maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters? My pack is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. Alright, to build new rooms, select the empty building space to bring up the construction menu. If you have enough work teams and resources, you can build the room. Every room needs a corresponding area, so plan accordingly. Okay, looks like there's 2 rooms here, so we will build a room. I'm not sure. Select a category for construction. Crew quarters. Holodeck. Sick bay. Officers' quarters. Crew quarters. It's locked, though. How do you unlock that? Oh, the room size, you need a 3. I see that over there. Alright, so emergency quarters only requires 2 on the room size. And it accommodates 12 crew in crammed limited quality quarters. But it's -1 morale per cycle. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Every room requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide the necessary accommodation or morale may drop faster than you like. Yeah, we do not want to lose morale. Oh, I'm getting hailed. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Ugh, who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. And actually, I just remembered the Sporicistian life form there doesn't sound like that. I think it sounds very, like, deep and loud and echoey. I remember that voice, Captain. The old guy with the banjo, though he seemed a lot less jellyfish back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Let's see. Appeal to his humanity. Tell us where they are. Try to intimidate him. Let Chakotay talk, which I don't know that we want to do that. Or we could scan the array for Harry and Balana. Let's see. Well, we got him on the screen. But let's scan the array. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Harry and Torres. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. It just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. What kind of debt? Maybe we can help. Weren't you listening? It can't be repaid. All I can do is protect them. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it. We haven't gotten any closer to Harry and Torres. You managed to get them to open up a bit, but maybe Starfleet diplomacy isn't so bad after all. Captain, if I may, I observed that the array has been sending energy pulses towards the fifth planet of the neighboring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing cruise location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? Seems our paths are intertwined, Captain. Let's use this opportunity to find our people and bring them back. Agreed. Mr. Paris, take the helm again. Let's find our people. Set a course for the fifth planet in the neighboring system. Maximum warp. The sector map shows the entire sector with several star systems. You can either travel directly to another system, or you could scan the system first and select a specific pole to visit. Let's... Now, didn't he say the fifth planet in the sector? Ocampa. Yes, Ocampa. Can't scan, so we just need to set a course. Maximum warp. Alright, emergency quarters. Life support is active. Accommodates 12 crew in crammed, limited quality quarters for now. We have no work crews because they're still building. Oh, down. Here we go. All right, looky. Here's a ruined room. Let's clear the debris. Where were we at? Engineering. It's the only thing I can. Nope. Not main engineering. Engineering office. There we go. we see? Okay, that's the ship, but how do we know? Well, 38 people are quarterless, so yeah, we're gonna build some more quarters for them. Where is stellar cartography? Oh, this is the morale detail. Great. Okay. Warp core, available energy, Ethereum stock. Crew. Available crew, assigned crew. Our heroes, yes, for combat. Got combat. How do we get to that? Oh, right here. Okay. Guess we'll learn more about the helm later. Shield generator, our mess hall, phaser control room, where is stellar cartography? Right here. I need 50 tritanium. 75 uranium. Wonder how we get more max capacity. Shields the ship from incoming damage while flying through space and spatial phenomena. Reduces hull damage by 15. I think we're going to need to eventually get sickbay up and running. Let's go ahead and assign a work crew there to repair it. 1 work crew, 3 cycles, and 12 uranium. Okay. You're here. Yep. How do we... Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Beautiful location. The Maquis ship behind us. There we are, Captain. And might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream. Responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Paris. Let's see what we have here. A new lead. Following the array's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Harry, Kim, and B'Elanna perhaps being held in this place? What's so special about this ugly old space rock? Let's see. Do a general scan of the planet. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? Strange, but intriguing. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster? The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means. We'd better hurry. Prepare an away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. On screen. First contact. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Maquis have ever seen such a species. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Greetings. Looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He's probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide, but, of course, a guide needs a little, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. These pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal. All right. Class P planet, Class M planet. There's some deuterium there. Let's go grab some deuterium real quick. Sickbay is repaired. Injured and sick crew will be placed in the sickbay automatically. After treatment, they will go back to work. Increase the efficiency of the sickbay by assigning a suitable hero. Let's see. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. Alright. Lost due to full storage, but we're good again. Alright, we're being hailed by the caretaker. What a delicious meal. A culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy, but comforting, smooth, yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup? I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you are enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah, yes, your missing crew, right? Scan the southern continent and look for a range of dead volcanoes. At the foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Kazon Ogla? One Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Ocampa had our people. Well, the Ocampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Maj Shaban, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a big grunt, but he owes me a favor. Very well. Prepare an away team, and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Guess we go back to Ocampa. We got the room. Now we can actually do crew quarters here. Oh, we can't do this one yet? Oh, we don't have the Duranium. We do have the Duranium. And 2 work crews. Maybe something we've got to upgrade? Hold on. We'll put Tom Paris in there. Ooh, a science laboratory. We need to repair that. Okay. Shield generator. Neelix goes in the mess hall. Of course, we all know that. Eventually want to upgrade it. Requires the captain's dining room. Reconfigures the captain's dining room into a kitchen where the food rations for the crew are prepared. I'm guessing. Vector. Oh. Do we have the power? Let's see. All right, research and analysis. Currently no research. Open the tech tree. Cargo bay? Basic storage facility that increases the storage capacity for a chosen resource. Okay, that would be good. Give us more deuterium and maybe more duranium. Or food even. I think we're going to need some of those. We've already got the mess hall. There's what our science. Okay. Increase maximum hull integrity. For right now. Buzzard collector. I see. I see. So we could do anything on tier 1. That's because our engineering. So the only thing I could do here is plasma torch. Clearing ruined room gives plus 25 more resources. Small battery compartment. Store surplus energy from the warp core. Could temporarily provide up to 120 stored energy before the gray mode gets activated. Inspired workforce. Bonuses are increased. Okay, science. Don't know what this is yet. Field training. Increases XP gained for heroes and away missions. Could end up being good for us. 14 cycles for that. We'll begin on that one. Hydroponics bay. Okay. Oh, we've already got a field training in progress. Okay. What is this? Oh, that made it go one cycle. Okay, I see now. I see. Already here. Fly back to Ocampa. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Send an away team. We'll take Neelix, Chakotay, and Tuvok. Alright, here we go. The away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Let's see. Orient yourself using the cardinal point. Struggle through to a vantage. Alright, well. Fine. Using his survival skills and the position of the sun, Chakotay determines the cardinal directions. He navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, gaining a better view of the surrounding area in the distance. They spot the Kazan Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up, and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. And we got some duranium for that. Captain, a sandstorm is heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Let's see. Analyze the area and evaluate the best cover for the storm? Or do we build a temporary shelter from what you can find? Now that does not have a very good, you know, we have slightly better chance there. Let's build a temporary shelter. He knows this area. The away team quickly gathers rock and wood, constructing a makeshift shelter. They huddle together as the sandstorm rages around them. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges, slightly battered but unharmed, and sets off in the direction of the Kazan Ogla settlement. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people here? We're going to let Neelix do the introduction. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazan Ogla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. A tall Kazan emerges from the settlement, Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazan, but more like a human with pointy ears peers around the corner. Seems like the Kazan don't find Neelix as charming as he led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Let's see. We can assure them we have no bad intention. Or we can demonstrate our strength to keep the Kazan at bay. Now, we do happen to know that the Kazan is a Klingon type of race where they, you know, they have all these Kazan sects, and they want to, which are like gangs, which they just want to control everything, and they want to take everything, and they're mean, and they just, yeah. So, let's just assure them we have no bad intentions. Let's see what that is. The away team calmly explains their peaceful intentions, emphasizing their desire to find their missing crew. The diplomatic approach eases the tension, and Jabin explains that the Ocampa live underground. Their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he is holding as a slave, an Ocampa. He explains that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface. Suddenly, Neelix grabs a phaser, he points it at Jabin, and demands that the Ocampa woman be freed. Sometimes, certain approaches and away missions bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator. Failing such a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Let's see. This will guarantee us I don't want to retreat. The away team lays down covering fire, forcing the Kazon to take cover. This allows them to minimize the exposure to enemy fire. Jabin, though furious, seems to acknowledge the away team's fighting skills. They escape with no casualties. Alright, but did we get Kess? That's what I want to know. We did get Kess. More than gratitude. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? My dearest Kess, didn't I promise I'd save you? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew? This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it has the slightest breach. Transport signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea, Kess. Can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course. It's the least I can do. I'm grateful. Now. Let's see. Let's ask Kess what she knows about the caretaker. What can you tell us about the caretaker? For generations, he has provided the Ocampa with food, water, energy, and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it or where he came from? No, we do have our stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Kess, if it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearned for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We once possessed telepathic abilities, but these atrophied over many generations. Alright, we have things to do. Alright, someone get started on the transporter as a signal amplifier, and Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Computer, initiate emergency medical holographic program. Introducing the doctor. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now, and this patient, yes. There's no need for concern. I am capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. Do my best? Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to, and a sick bay to reorganize. Look at our science laboratory here. Transporter signal amplifier. I guess we were doing field training, but we moved that. All right. Well, I think we're going to stop right here. We will pick up where we left off after we come back. So be sure to look for part 2 or the second video for this. And thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, maybe even subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. I'm the Real Papa Smurf. Now, we do play other games here on the channel, but we stream World of Warcraft live 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. roughly, Central Time. So if you'd love to come hang out on Twitch with us, we would love to have you. Other than that, thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. Bye now.